And we're back.
Someone lied about you, and you want to know, can you recover for what they said? Now, let's assume that this lie was not only spoken, it was also in writing. Someone wrote a letter to maybe someone else, and it was a lie about you. Or even worse, think about this. Think about you've been promoted because you're a genius, and the newspaper writes that you were promoted because you slept with your supervisor. That's how big you were promoted to CEO or something like that. Now, this newspaper wrote that, and the newspaper asked a couple people in your office. They spoke to maybe the CEO himself. They asked some people, and then they printed the story. The story wasn't true. In other words, you read in the paper that you were promoted to a certain position because you had sex with a supervisor, and that, in fact, is not true. It's a lie. Can you recover? First of all, who do you sue? Okay, we're talking about defamation. In other words, statements or things in concrete form, like a tape like this or something in writing that has harmed your character or reputation. Under what circumstances can you recover? First thing you always have to ask is the plaintiff a private person or a public figure? If you're a public figure, it's going to be hard for you to recover. You know why? In order for public figures to recover, they must prove the defendant, the person they're suing, either knew what they printed was a lie. We're talking about libel here, L-I-B-E-L. So we're talking about some tangible means of expressing something that's in writing. Knew it was a lie or recklessly disregarded the truth. That's called malice. Hard to prove. If you can't prove that, you don't win. If you're a private figure, so go back to that situation where you weren't, you just were in a company and the newspaper got news of this, would you recover? Only if you could prove that the newspaper was negligent, i.e. that they did not use reasonable care in investigating the story. So if I ask 4, 5, 6, 7 people, that might be reasonable care. The jury could determine that. Of course, if I only ask 1 or 2, probably not. So again, you've got to look at whether the newspaper used due diligence, whether they were reasonable or not. Libel is the misstatement is in some tangible means of expressing. You've heard of slander too. That's when just people say something, not recorded, anything like that. Very hard for you to recover. In order to recover, you must prove actual financial loss. That statement actually cost you some money. Right. So, quick review: defamation, either libel, slander. You'll probably get a question about libel. Ask yourself, is the plaintiff a public figure or a private figure? If it's a private figure, plaintiff must prove the defendant was negligent. If it's a public figure, plaintiff must prove defendant was acted with malice, i.e. with reckless disregard of the truth or knowledge of the falsity.
And we have to make sure, as you said, that it's a false statement of fact, and not just one
not
opinion.
An opinion. That's important. That's why we spoke earlier about, okay, this source told me this, and I'm reporting what this source told me. Or my opinion is that, I think that, as opposed to making an absolute statement about something. It's a very, a nuance here that's very important.
Right. Well, I think we've probably done a wrap-up of everything now. Although we're presenting 3 different video wrap-ups, each video does not necessarily correlate with your discussion questions 2.1, 2.2, and 2.3, but you should be able to use these wrap-ups to find your answers to discussion questions 2.1, 2.2, and 2.3, which we will still post in the discussion thread. But if you have any additional questions, please, we want you to email us or to send us questions via the Questions for the Instructor link right here in Blackboard. And I think that really is a good wrap-up for the week.
Yeah, that should do it, I think.
Okay.
Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend, and we'll see you later.
Okay, bye.